Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today is the 6th day of favorites week. Yes, I believe so. It is slowly coming to an end. I have had so much fun this week. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you guys haven't seen any of the other videos, this is the first one you've seen. I will link the playlist down below. We do have a whole favorites week playlist. All week I have been posting my favorites. So I did a favorite makeup routine, favorite eyeshadow formulas, so many different favorite videos, my favorite random things. So if you guys want to check any of those out, feel free. I've had so much fun with this week. And today's video, as you saw by the title, we'll be talking about drugstore favorites. So I tried to go to the products that I didn't mention too much this week, but are still favorites, and I just, they didn't fit in the other videos or whatever it was, and so they had to go on the back burner, but they're still so good, and they're from the drugstore, which makes them even better. So yeah, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, I forgot, it's drugstore and affordable favorites. It's not just from the drugstore. These are also Colourpop products. So it's basically, I believe all these things you can get from the Ulta section the drugstore section at Ulta, which is awesome. So then they're all there in one place. I think one product you probably could not get there, and I just had to mention it anyway because it's so good. So yeah, let's just jump right in. For primer, I gotta weave through. First, for primer, we're gonna go in with the Milani Fruit Fetish Mango Coconut Scented Setting Spray. They're the Milani Make It Last line. That line is so good. I wanna try the Dewy one. I haven't tried that one yet, but the rest of the line is so good, and it really does make your makeup last longer. I don't know, whatever it is, it really refreshes your makeup, sinks into the skin, but helps it last longer. And it's nothing glowy or super dramatic or anything like that. It really just makes your makeup last longer, but also helps the powders melt, into the face. And so I really do like these setting sprays. You can just see it gave my skin some life, but it's nothing too extra glowy or extravagant. It just looks nice. I do have some of my skincare products that are a lot glowier on as well. Then we're gonna add some more glow. We're gonna go in with the Milani Bright Side Illuminating, I was gonna say Luminizing and Illuminating at the same time, primer. This has vitamin C and pro vitamin B5. This is a newer product to me in my collection. I haven't tested it that much, but from what I have used, I really love it. I think it's just a more subtle kind of glow, so I think so many people could get use out of this. I like something really extravagantly, wow. I like something super extremely glowy, and so this one isn't as glowy as my Rare Beauty or some of my other illuminating things, but it's so nice because it gives that subtle to the face, and it's really nice too because you could wear this without wearing makeup because it just gives your skin life, and you can see the glow. It made my skin a lot glowier, but nothing super extreme, which I really like. And the texture of this is just really nice to apply. It's nothing extraordinary. This one is, I think, $10, which is not too bad. The spray is also $10, but Milani does something right with their sprays and their primers. My hair looks so long in this braid, and I love it because I don't know, my hair has been growing, but then I screwed it up. Long story short, anyway, but now it looks really long in this braid, and I'm kind of obsessed. All right, next let's go in with foundation. Again, this is from the Colourpop section at Ulta, but again, it's the drugstore side, so we're gonna count it. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. There are so many drugstore foundations that I really do like. Wet n Wild has some good ones, NYX has some good ones, e.l.f. has some good ones, but this one is just one of my favorites because of the way of what it is. It's a tinted moisturizer, first of all, so it's so good, but it's so lightweight and naturally, it's so natural, I guess is the word. I was gonna say naturally something, but it's just so natural. And I love it so much because it just, I'll show you in a second. It's just like your skin, but better, but not as light coverage as the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. They're pretty close. They're pretty similar, honestly, in what they are. They're just very hydrating, light coverage kind of products, but this one does have a little bit more coverage than the Tarte if you build it up, but I don't like to wear it built up. I obviously like to wear it super light coverage, and I just think it's so pretty because it just makes the skin look so good and so lifelike and but naturally beautiful, basically. And so I just think that if you're someone who's looking for obviously that natural glow, but you're looking for something nice this summer to wear to the beach or just to wear out, but you don't want anything full coverage or anything super glam, but you don't want no coverage, this is a really good one because it gives you that light layer of coverage, like that light veil over your face, and then you could do whatever else you want. You can throw on some cream blush, some mascara, and you're good to go, or whatever you want to do, because it's just that versatile. It's so good. This is one of my favorite products ever. You can see the hole in there, and oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this is one of my favorite products. This is one though that the shade was wrong for me, and so I hadn't used it a lot in the winter, but I always go back to it because it's so good. And so 10 out of 10 would recommend. Only for $14. So good. So good. I mean, the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream is $14, so they're basically the same price, so whatever. All right, let's go in with another holy grail, the love of my life. I love my NYX Born to Glow Radiant Creamy Concealer. Is it the Radiant? It's called the Radiant Concealer, sorry, my bad. It's literally just that Radiant Creamy Concealer. Could not be more perfect for this product because it is so beautiful. It's so creamy, and it is very, it's not, Radiant makes you think of like kind of a highlighter-ish, but it's not radiant as far as like highlighter, but it's radiant as far as like gives life to your face and gives your under eyes some life, and they make them look healthy but a little bit more natural, but still natural. And it is a nicer medium coverage, but it is, I like, but if it says anything to you that it's medium coverage and I like it, it must mean it's a really like creamy, hydrating formula, because I don't really love medium coverage anything. I like my light coverage and that's it, depending on the day really. And so it has to be a very specific thing if it is gonna be medium coverage, and this is it for me. It's like the perfect creaminess and blendability, and it just looks so good under the eyes, so healthy, and I'm obsessed. You can just see it just really took my eyes there, and it's nothing full coverage. You can still see some darkness under my eyes because I have been not getting sleep, girl. I've been sleeping all night is a thing. It's just like I have to get up early for work sometimes, and that's what's killing me. But anyway, it is so nice coverage, and oh my gosh, one of my favorite concealers ever. It's literally creamy, so lifelike. Like, just look at my face. I just look like naturally beautiful. It doesn't look anything extreme or excessive or like, oh my gosh, she's wearing tons of makeup. It just looks very nice and natural, and I love it. Again, you could throw in some cream blush, some mascara, maybe a little bit highlighter, and you're good to go. I couldn't believe that I hadn't talked about my NYX concealer all week, and I was like, what? This is my baby. Although, like, all my top 3 concealers are all like neck and neck for #1. I just love them all, and I will be sad when any of them get used up, so that's why. All right, so next, hello honey, oh there it is. Next we're gonna go in with some setting powder. So we are gonna go in with the Catrice Prime and Fine Luminizing Powder in the shade Radium Beige. Now this one, actually, I forgot that this one you probably can't get at Ulta either. You might have to order this at Catrice's website. They do have the mattifying version at Ulta, I believe, but the luminizing version, for some reason, they just don't have. But it's the best one. It's so good, and I think I want to do a dupes video coming up soon, or like at least the testing dupes. I have some theories of dupes, and I want to put them to the test. This being one of them, because this is really like, it's such a great setting powder. It's so lightweight and nice, but again, it's radiant, so it keeps that luminosity to the face and keeps that life to it without taking it away or looking heavy or cakey or anything like that. Again, my face still looks natural. I look like a normal person, you know? I don't look like anything crazy. You can still see all my imperfections, or a lot of them, and you can still see like my scar up here, all these things you can still see, and so it gives me like my regular features, but they just look so nice. They look perfected, and I love that. All right, next let's go in with some bronzer quickly. e.l.f. We're gonna go with the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Perpetually Tan, and the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. These are so good. They're super, super blendable is the word. They're just, can I get a brush or what? They're just extremely blendable, and you've heard a lot of people talk about them. They're so smooth, they feel so good on the face. They're so nice to apply. You just wanna sit here and blend these on for hours and hours because they're so much fun. And they're buildable, they're pigmented, they're buildable, you can blend them out, whatever it is. Anything you want, anything good in a bronzer, this is it for you. It's cheap, it's so good. I have no gripes with this bronzer. The only reason why it's not my #1 is because it's not like shimmery or anything like that. I like a more luminous bronzer from time to time, but this one's up there for my top bronzers, of course. Again, I couldn't believe I didn't mention it really this week. Oh, so good. I just look so sun-kissed. I love it. And then they do last all day long. Again, that's the biggest thing about this formula is that it lasts literally all day long. Again, we're going with the shade Always Rosy. I want to pick up a different shade. Everything I love, I want to pick up another shade in. So like because I have so many like fall shades that I love in formulas. Like this one, it's very deep and rich and like, oh my gosh, delicious. And I love it, I really do love it. But I want something a little bit peachier, a little bit brighter for summer. And so I want to pick up like all my favorite formulas in different shades because I love it so much. I love it so much. Look how pretty she is. Redeem my free beverage, my free drink for a large coconut caramel iced coffee. Yes. All right, then before we go in, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Do I want to use it though? It looks so pretty. I was gonna mention, I'll mention it though. This is the Milani Rose d'Oro baked powder blush. Sorry, the baked powder blush in shade Rose d'Oro. I really like these two because they are very, very nice and shimmery. I thought it would be a little bit peachier, but I don't think I want to put it on because they look so nice. I like the way my face looks right now. But I really do love this formula as well. I want to try the Milani Baked Bronzer so bad. That is like on right when I feel like my collection's at a good point with my bronzers and my setting powders. I want to place an order. I want to pick up the Milani blush and my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder because I miss them so much. Well, I miss the setting powder so much and I want to try the bronzer so bad. Wow guys, we're talking forever, girl. Then we'll just go in with highlighter. Might as well because we're already here. We're going to go in with the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter. You guys know this is one of my favorites. I have this one and the Koki that I've talked about all week. Well, at least for like drugstore because I don't have any other like favorite drugstore highlighters. These are my top two and I'm okay with that because they're so good. But it was interesting because I was like, whoa, I talked about both of these already. Yay! I love them so much. Some brands just don't do highlighters as well as others, and you don't want to, like, for me, there's nothing I want to settle for. I don't want to settle when it comes to highlighters. Some blushes you can make work, even bronzers, but highlighter, just don't want to settle for it. Just don't want to do it. Then we're gonna go in with eyebrows. We're just gonna go in with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Of course, it's a goodie. I have to mention this just because if you guys are looking for a cheap brow product, the AOA Studio Slim Brow Pencil, so freaking bomb. I probably should just do a video of like my $1 recommendations because this is so good. This is the shade Dark Brown. It is so creamy. I do like it a little better than the e.l.f., but the e.l.f. from the drugstore is my favorite. So I just changed my mind. I've talked about the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Glow Setting Spray, but we won't talk about this one because you can't get it at the Ulta section in the drugstore section in Ulta, but you can get the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. Now it has new packaging, but I love it so much. I mean, I love the old packaging too. If you can find it on clearance some places, at like TJ Maxx, they know they have this old packaging because it's old. If you can get it there, I would suggest it 10 out of 10 because it's the same product. It's so good. But they did change the packaging. It's only like 10 bucks or something like that. So freaking bomb. I'm gonna use this one instead. This one isn't as dewy as the Hard Candy one, but it is really, really nice because not all the time do I want that freaking excessive glow. And so this one is glowy enough that like you can see my face right now. It looks so good. Okay, so I know you guys are gonna hate me again. Because this one right now is not at Ulta, I believe, but hopefully soon. They just dropped their 5 pans at Ulta, so hopefully these come soon as well. These are the Colourpop like new quads. I've been loving them so much that I couldn't not use them. And I have a really hard time with drugstore eyeshadows in general. I just don't have a favorite. I have like affordable favorites like Alter Ego, Colourpop even, but like drugstore, I just don't really like them that much. Even e.l.f., I don't love their eyeshadows powder formulas. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of this. This is the Colourpop Quad in the shade Creamsicle. We're gonna go in with that because I feel like it'll match my shirt. Then we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. I think this is like their metallic liquid shadow in the shade Moon. So now these are a whole nother story. So freaking good, so bomb. If you guys have a chance to get one of the metallic or like the glitter ones, oh my gosh, they're so good. So we're gonna go in with that and then we will be right back. Well, we're gonna speed through it so you guys can see. Hello. Alright, so I did a lot more than intended, but I just wanted to speed through it quick. I went in with the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Silky Nude. Essence makes some really good eyeliners. I mean, they make some really good products, but their eyeliners, so good. And I just got this one a little bit more recently, but I'm using it nonstop. I think it just looks so pretty in the waterline, especially when for the springy, more like open kind of look. I'm all about it, all about it. And then for mascara, I went in with two. For me, I just have not found my perfect drugstore mascara yet. I really do love the Essence like Lash Princess or whatever. Some mascaras have been hits, but none that I've repurchased or have right now. And I do really like the Maybelline Sky High. I just think once it's like out of its peak, it just is not as good. And then mixed with the e.l.f. Lash It Loud is really, really nice, but the e.l.f. Lash It Loud on its own is not spectacular either. So I'm just kind of mixing the two and still figuring out the whole. They look really good. So what am I talking about? You know, they look good together if you want to buy both, or if you want to try the combination at home. But on their own, they're just not superb. They're not my favorite. No, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. This is drugstore, we're talking. All right, let's finish off with lips. So we're gonna go in with the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF. I have not talked about this enough on my channel. It is so good, the perfect nude ever, and it is so bomb. I do really love like there are other drugstore like lip liners that I really do love, but you've heard them all before, so I thought I'd mention this one as well because this is one of my favorites. Of course, you guys know my Milani Color Statement lipstick in the shade Matte 61 Matte Naked. If this does not tell you how much I love it, maybe that will. I love it so much, so good. And then we're gonna go on with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade 008 Stone. I forgot how much I love this, but I love it so much. Such a great formula, so bomb, so good. Let's use them. You can just see it's like my perfect nude, this lip liner. It's so freaking bomb. So creamy as well. Oh my gosh, yes, honey. It is very, very light for this. Like my foundation is a little deep for me right now, but this is a little bit light, but it'll look beautiful once we top it off with the gloss here. It looks pretty either way, but you know what I mean. Can I just tell you guys that this is literally, I'm so excited about this look. This is one of my favorites that I've done recently, and I'm kind of really excited because my skin looks so good. My face looks so good. Everything about it is perfection, and I'm all about it. All about it. I don't know. I've said it, you know, I love drugstore makeup, and I may not be the most versed in drugstore makeup. I kind of was helping my sister the other day pick out some makeup, and I wasn't like super familiar with everything at Target or whatever, but like the drugstore section at Ulta, all these goodies, so freaking bomb, so good. And the products that I do love, you know I love them. You know I love them because I've used them nonstop, and you could see how good they are. So there's no doubt about how perfect these products are. So yes guys, I will throw in a quote at the end here. Don't have my iPad with me. I don't know where it's at. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.